Hello and welcome all. My name is Khanam and in this project we will see how to create this e-commerce style gallery. You can see here I have this image and this is my entire container. I have added animation to this box and I have this images here, and whenever I click on this I am getting the opacity as 1. Now when I move my cursor here I am getting the opacity as some 0.5 or 0.7. Now when I click on this image, you can see this image is getting changed and I am getting whatever image I click, I am getting this image here. Okay, you can see here I am getting this image and also this image and also this image, and you can see this background color I have this purple. I have not used here clip path. Okay, if we use clip path, this entire screen only the output will be only this much, this entire screen will be clipped. So I have used here linear gradient. Okay, we will see how to use linear gradient and how to add this kind of effect, and for this we will be using little bit of JavaScript. Okay, so that whenever we click on this button I will be getting this images here. Okay, we'll learn about animation as well. Okay, so let's write the code for this, and before that I'll just show you my images folder. Okay, inside my images you can see I have this images folder, all are PNG images. Okay, now inside my folder I have this index.html and style.css. Just right click on this and open with code. I have already opened my VS Code editor. You can see I have my images folder, I have my index.html and style.css. Now inside my index.html I'll be writing this basic boilerplate of HTML. I'll just change my title. I'll give my title name as, here I have stylish gallery. I'll just give the title name stylish gallery. I'll save this. I'll copy this path. Here I'll be pasting my path. You can see here my title is been changed now. I'll just come here. I'll be linking my CSS file style.css, and below my body I'll create one div. I'll give my class name as container. Okay, inside this container you can see here I have this two divs. This is my first container and this is my second container. Inside my first container I have 4 images. Inside my second container I have only one image. So here I'll be creating one div. I'll give the class name as image container. Okay, inside this I have 4 images, so I'll be giving image into 4, and for each of them I'll be giving the source. I'll just bring this down. For this I'll be giving the path images. First I'll be giving image 1, here images, I'll just give image 2, images, image 3, and last I'll be giving image 4, images, image 4. I'll save this. Now if I refresh my project you can see I have my images here. All these 4 images I got as my output. Okay, by default our images are inline elements, so they are taking only the space it is having, and my second image is displayed here, and now here I don't have any space, so my third image has come down and I have my fourth image. Okay, now inside my next container I have this image. Okay, I'll be having this image. So here below this container I'll create one div. I'll give the class name as image container and I'll just give big. Now inside this I'll be creating images. I'll give this images path, images slash, and I'll be giving this last image. I'll save this, and now if I refresh this one you can see I got my image here. Okay, now we'll be adding styling to this, and then later on we'll see how to use this linear gradient, and also I have this overlay. You can see a gray kind of overlay on my website. Okay, we'll see how to add overlay as well. Okay, we are done with our HTML part. Now let's come to style.css. Now before styling I'll just come to my HTML, and here I'll be writing my h1, and inside my h1 I'll just give this heading e-commerce style gallery. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one you can see I got my heading here, e-commerce style gallery. I'll just come here, I'll select for Google Fonts. Now inside this I'll be searching for Dancing Script. Okay, just click on this first link. Okay, you can select any font of your choice. I'll just give Dancing Script. Okay, this is a kind of stylish. I'll just select 600. I'll select this style. I'll import. I'll copy this, and inside my style.css I'll be pasting that import link, and also I'll copy this font family, and here I'll be pasting that font family. I'll save this. Now here I'll be giving this body. For my body, first I'll give width width of 100%, okay, so that it will take complete 100% of the width. And height I'll give 100 view height. I'll also give this background image. I'll be giving this linear gradient. First I want purple, and later on I'll just give here white, purple and white. Now if I refresh my project, you can see I got my linear gradient of purple and white. I am getting this horizontal scroll bar because of my images. Okay, we'll see. You can see first my body is 100 view height it has taken, again it's starting this linear gradient, and again it's starting. Okay, it keeps on going. I'll just remove this linear gradient as of now. I'll be giving background color. Background color I'll just give here cyan color. I'll save this. And now if I refresh this one, you can see I'm getting this background color. Okay, then later on we'll be adding this gradient. How to add this, we'll see how to add this kind of gradient. Okay, now once I added my background color, I'll be styling my h1. For my h1, first I'll give this text align to be center. I'll be giving margin from top and bottom I want 0.5 m, and left and right I'll give it as 0. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see my h1 is here. As soon as I refresh, my h1 is here, and I got margin top and bottom of 0.5 m. I'll increase the font size and also the color. Font size I'll just give 2 rem. Color I'll give it as white. I'll save this. And now if I refresh this one, you can see my color is changed and also my font size is 2 rem. I'll copy this font family, and here I'll be pasting my font family. I'll save this. And now if I refresh this one, you can see my font family has been changed. Okay, I am done with my h1 tag. Now let's style our containers now. Now you can see here my this container div class is holding this 2 divs, which means that my this container is having 2 children. This is my first child and this is my second child. I'll just copy this container class. I want them side by side. So what I'll be doing is I'll just give here display to be flex. Display I'll give it as flex. I'll save this. Now as soon as I refresh this one, you can see my this images and this image has come in horizontal row. Okay, before moving any further, we'll be styling images and then we'll be giving justify content and everything. Now for this also I'll be giving background color. Background color I'll just give here orange. I'll save this. And now if I refresh this one, you can see this is my container which is having, this is my first image and this is my second image. Now I'll just come to my index.html. I'll copy this image container class, and here I'll be pasting my image container class. For this width I'll give it as 40%. Out of 100 I'm giving 40%. And for my image container big, I'll just come to index.html. I'll copy this class. For this class I'll be giving width as 40%. Here I'll be pasting that class. For this also I'll be giving width as 40%. I'll copy this, I'll be pasting it here. Now here for this I'll just give background color. I'll just copy from here. I'll just give this background. I'll copy this, I'll be pasting it here, as well as I'll be pasting it here. Instead of this I'll just give here green, and here I'll be giving pink. I'll save this. And now if I refresh this one, you can see this is my first container which is taking 40%, and this is my second container which is taking 40%, and rest 20% is here. Now I'll be styling my images. In this class I have 4 images. I'll be styling my images. I'll save this. Now as soon as I refresh this one, you can see all my images have taken 22%, but by default my images are inline elements, so they are taking only the width they require. Now here I'll be giving display block. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see all my images will come on top of each other. Here if you see, I don't have margin on top, I just want in the middle. So what I'll be doing is margin 1 m, and auto it will be equally divided between left and right. I'll refresh this one. You can see my images have come in the middle now. I'll just give the border for my images. Border of 2 pixel solid, and I want to give instead of solid, let me give double. I'll just give purple color. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see I got my border 2 pixel double and purple. I'll just give padding from inside because in my image you can see I have some padding. I'll give padding of 2m. Padding of 2m. I'll save this, and now if I refresh this one, you can see I got padding of 2m for my images. Here I have very little of padding. Instead of 2m, I'll just give 0.2m. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see I got my images padding. For this I'm going to reduce my opacity. I'll just give 0.6. I'll save this, and now if I refresh this one, you can see the opacity has been reduced for my images. Now whenever I hover on my images, you can see my opacity is increased and also the size of the image is getting increased. So I'll just copy this entire thing. I'll copy this, and here I'll be pasting that one, and whenever I hover on my images, I want my opacity should be 1. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, now whenever I hover, you can see my opacity is getting changed, but my image is not getting increased. So for that we have to use one more property, that is called as transform, and I'll be using scale. I'll give 1.1. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, now you can see my image is increasing, but it's very quick. In my project you can see it's taking some time to happen. So for that we have to use transition in my parent, that is this one. I'll just give transition of around 0.5 seconds. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see now it will take some time to happen. Okay, this is how it works. Now we are done with this container. Now let's move on to this container. Now this container is taking 40% and this container is taking 40%. So 80% has gone from this container. Out of 100%, 80% I have utilized, and remaining I'll be having only 20%. Okay, now what I'll be doing is, here instead of this background color, I'll just give background image. Background image, I'll be giving radial gradient. First I'll pass purple, then I want white, and then again I'll be passing purple. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see I'll be getting this kind of radial gradient color, that is purple, white and purple. Okay, I got this radial effect. Now we'll be styling this container. Now below this, I'll just give display to be flex. I want my image in the middle, so I'll be giving this display to be flex. Display to be flex. Display flex. I'll save this, and now if I refresh this one, you will not see any effect, but still my images has been increased. I'll just give this overflow later on. Now below this, I'll be giving align items. Align items to be center, and also I'll be giving one more property, that is called as justify content center. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see my item has perfectly come in the middle. Using this display flex, align item center and justify content center, I have brought this image in the middle. Now I'll be styling my image. I'll just copy this class. I'll be pasting it here. Inside this container, I want to style my image. For my image, I'll just give width of 80%. Out of 100%, I'm giving 80%. This 80% is of this container. Now this container will be having 100% for the child. Okay, and child is taking 80% of that 100%. Now I'll refresh this one. Now you can see my image is taking 80% of this container, which is having 100% for this, but 40% for this container. Now I'll just remove this background color. I'll come here, I'll remove this background color from here as well as from here. I'll save this, and now if I refresh this one, okay, this is my image container and this is my first container, this is my second container. Now this container is taking 40%, this container is taking 40%. Now rest I have 20%. I want to divide between these elements. So for my parent, that is my container, this container I'll be giving justify content. Justify content, I'll give space around. I'll save this. Now whatever space I was having, that is 20%, I'll just uncomment this one as of now. Now you can see this is my container, this is my container, and whatever 20% it was having, I'll just comment this. Now I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I have 20% left here. Now whatever space I am having, that I am dividing between elements. Okay, between the container, space around, and I'll be getting this kind of output. That space, whatever I was having here, that will be divided here, here, here and here. Okay, I have this space as well. I'm getting this horizontal line. I'll just remove this background color from here, and for my body I'll be giving this overflow to be hidden. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see I'm getting my output like this. Okay, overflow is hidden. I don't have this horizontal and vertical scroll bar. Now we'll be creating this box. Okay, this we have created, and this time it's coming and it's going. This we have done using animation. So let's see how to do this one. Okay, and I'll just come here, and here I'll be using my pseudo element. After I'll be giving for my body, because it is covering the body, I'll just give body, and inside this I'll be giving content to be empty. I don't want any content inside this. Width I'll give it as 0%. Now to explain, I'll just give 10%. Height I'll give complete 100 view height. Height complete 100 view height, and also I'll be giving background color. Background color I'll just give purple. Once we define our pseudo elements, we have to give position property. Position I'll be giving absolute for this, so that it will be relative to its body. I'll refresh this one. You can see my purple color is popping up here and it's going. Now below this I'll be giving position for that. Once we use position properties, we will be having 4 more properties, that is top, left, right and bottom. Here I'll just give left position I'll give 0, and also I'll be giving top position 0. I'll save this, and now if I refresh this one, you can see my box has come here. It has taken left 0, top 0, and my height is 100 view height and width is 10%. Now for this container, I want this kind of animation. Okay, it's light in color, and also I am getting this kind of animation. So for that we have to define our animation property. I'll be writing animation name I'll just give show. Animation duration I'll give 3 seconds. If I don't give animation duration, then our animation will never going to happen. Okay, here I'll write keyframes, and my animation name is show. Inside this I'll be giving 3 properties, that is 3 values. First I'll give 0%, second I'll be giving for 50%, and last I'll be giving for 100%. Okay, now inside my 0%, I want its width to increase to 10%, and also opacity should be reduced. Opacity I'll just give 0.2. Now here I'll just make width as 0%. Now if I refresh this one, I'll be having my output something like this. You can see its opacity and also the color. Okay, you can see it's working like this. I'll just copy this entire thing, and here I'll be pasting that, and also here instead of this 10 I'll be giving 15, and for this width I'll just give 5. Now opacity I'm just going to increase here. Opacity I'll give 0.4, and here opacity I'll give 0.9. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see I'm getting my output something like this, but I want in this way, in this color and in this way I need my output. So here I'll just give here my speed of the output, I'll just give linear, that is my timing function, and I'll give this alternate reverse. Okay, alternate reverse is first it will come in backward direction, then it will go in forward direction, and I want it to run infinite time, that is my iteration count infinite. I'll refresh this one. Now I'm getting something like this. Now here if you see this color, I'm getting this kind of color, dark blue. So I'll just remove this background from here. Because of this background I'm getting that color. I'll just remove this background. Now if I refresh this one, you can see I'm getting this box. You can see first it's increasing its opacity, it's decreasing opacity, and infinite times it's running. And also my direction, I have given animation direction, it's my alternate reverse, which means that first it follows backward, then it comes in forward direction. Linear means it will be having the same speed from start to end. And this is my animation duration, this is my animation name, and this is my iteration count, how many times I want it to run. Now suppose if I give here 2, okay, it will run only for 2 times. I'll refresh this one. Now it will just come. See, only for 2 times it's going to run and it's going to vanish. So I don't want that, I want infinite times. So I'll just give here infinite so that it keeps on running like this. In my project also it keeps on running. Now you can see here I have this overlay, gray kind of overlay. If it's not visible in video, then also we'll be learning how to give overlay. Okay, I'll just come here. Now inside my index.html, below my h1, I'll create one div. For this I'll be giving the id as overlay. Now I'm not going to write any content inside this div. We'll be adding overlay for this. I'll just copy this ID, overlay ID, and below my h1, okay, below my h1 I'll be pasting that ID overlay. For this I'll be giving position to be absolute. Position absolute. As soon as I give this absolute, I'll be getting 4 properties, that is top, left, bottom, and right. Top I'll give 0, bottom I'll give 0, right I'll give 0. Why I'm giving this 4 values? Because I want it to cover my entire screen. Bottom also I'll give 0. Now if I give background color if I give red, here I just have to give here left. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see it's taking complete 100%, that is it's taking complete screen width. Okay, it's taking complete 100% of width, 100% of height, because I have given this, and also position absolute, which means that it will be relative to the body. Now instead of background color, I'll be giving background image to add overlay. Background image, I'll be giving linear gradient. Inside this I'll be passing my black color RGBA value 0, 0, 0, and I'll give the opacity as 0.3. Second value I'll be passing RGBA, again I'll pass 0, 0, and its opacity I'll just give 0.1. I'll save this, and now if I refresh this one, you can see I have this light opacity on top. It's light here, and here I'm getting dark. So instead of, you can just increase, you can just play around with the numbers. I'll just give some light value. Now you can see I have light gray color opacity on top of my container. Okay, now only thing we are left is this kind of linear gradient color. You can see I have this purple, and rest is, this is not clip path. Okay, suppose if you use clip path, I'll just come to my container, and here I'll be adding this clip path. I'll just add, not here, not inside my overlay, inside my container I'll be giving this background color. Now if you see here, my container is having, I'll just come to my project. Now this is my container, and it's having only so much. This gradient color I have added to my body, so I'll just remove this background color from here. I'll come to my body, I'll just uncomment this one, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this is my linear gradient color. I have here purple and white. Now suppose if I add here clip path, I'll just come down, I'll be adding clip path. I'll just show you the clip path website, clip path generator CSS. Inside this you will be having many paths. You can just create your own path. You can copy the code and you can paste it. Okay, now I'll just make one path here, this kind of path. I'll just make this kind of path. I'll just copy this code, clip path, and here I'll be pasting that one. Now if I show you the output, you can see the half content is been clipped. Okay, you will not be getting this half content. Only to design purpose we will be using this one, but we can achieve this using our linear gradient itself without using clip path. If we add clip path, you can see my images have gone, and my this animation is also gone. So for that we are not going to use our clip path property. Instead of that, we will be using here degree values. Instead of this one, I'll just write here one more background image linear gradient. Here I'll be giving the values. I'll just give 30 degree white, and I'll give purple. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see I'm getting 30 degree of purple and white, but I want in this kind. First I want only purple, then my white. So for that we have to give here percentage values. For my white I'll be giving 60%, and for my purple rest I am left with 40%. I'll just give 40%. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see I'm getting this purple as 40% and rest white is my 60%. Okay, using linear gradient, using this degree values, we can give any effect. We can give this clip path effect without clipping our content. Now instead of 30, if I give here 40, or suppose if I give 70, I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see I'll be getting my design something like this. I'll just give 30 degree. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, my output is this one. Now we are done with our HTML and CSS part. The only thing we are left is our JavaScript. Okay, now whenever I click on these images, I want this image should turn to this image, whatever image it is having, like this. I'll just come to my project. Now I have this image. Now when I click on this image, I should be getting this image here. Whatever image I click, that image I should be getting here as in my output. So here it's not working because I have not added JavaScript. Using HTML and CSS, we can only add structure and styles to our website, but we can't add this event functions. Okay, now we'll be creating our JavaScript code. This is only we have only little bit of JavaScript, so I'll be writing my script tag here. Okay, inside my script tag, I'll just close my script tag. Now here inside my script tag, we'll be writing JavaScript code. Now here I'll create one function. I'll give my function name as change data. Okay, inside this you can use fact arrow function as well. Inside this I'll be creating one variable. I'll give my variable name as big image, and I want to access this image. So for this I'll just give one ID here. ID I'll give it as big image. Now I want to access that one, so I want to access this entire element. So I'll be using this document dot get element by ID, and my ID name is big image. I'll just do console.log. If I give here big image, okay, this will be storing my entire this image. Okay, I'll just come here, I'll refresh this one, I'll open my console, I'll just inspect this, or you can directly press F12. Now you can see in my console, okay, I have not added this, I have not called this function, so I'll just copy this, and here I'll be pasting that one. I'll call my function, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see here I'm getting this image as my output, and my image is this one. You can see my image, this entire image I'm getting here. Okay, I'm just accessing this image element in my JavaScript. Now here if you see, I want this source, okay, this image path I have given inside my source. Now I want to change this source. Whenever I click on that images, I want this source to be changed. So for that, what I'll be doing is, now I have accessed this entire element, okay, entire image element, and I have stored inside this variable. Now here we can access the attributes like this. This is my variable name, big image. I'll just write my variable name, big image dot src. Okay, now instead of this path, if I just give some other image path, I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be pasting the path. I'll save this. Now if I refresh my project, you can see here my image path is changed, and I have given this image path, so I am getting this one. Now in my console also you can see here my image path is changed to image4.png. okay, this is how we can change the image path. Now I don't want in this way, I want whenever I click on these buttons, I want to change the image path. So here instead of this one, here I'll pass one parameter. I'll just give source image, and inside this source dot src, whatever my source image I am having, for that src I want to change. I'll not call my function here. Now for this first image I'll be adding click function, okay, that is my on click. Here I'll just give this on click, and inside this I want to call my function, that is my change. I'll just give my function name change data. This stands for this particular element. Now I'll just come here. Now if I refresh this one, I'll get my image. Now when I click on this image, you can see this image is getting changed. Now when I click on this image, it's not working because now I have not added event function for this, that is my on click function. Okay, but this image is working here. Now you can see whenever I click on this source is getting changed. Now inside my function I have passed, okay, you can see here I have this here. Here if I come here, this dot src, whatever image I click, that this means this particular image. Okay, that src I'll be getting here, and this image will be changed to that image. Now I'll just copy the same thing. I'll just copy this entire on click function, and for each image here, and here, I'll just paste that one. I'll save this. I'll just come to my project. Now if I refresh this one, now you can see when I click on these images are getting whatever image I want, I am getting this image. Okay, this is how we'll be creating e-commerce style gallery. We have seen how to add this linear gradient. We have seen this animation. Okay, whenever I hover, it's getting increased, and also opacity is getting increased. Okay, you can see here opacity, I am getting full opacity, and also whenever I click on these images, I am getting these images. Okay, now we are done with this project. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.